Call of Duty Black Ops is returning with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Now, we're really looking forward to the campaign they've shown off, but we've got our first details for the multiplayer. So let's dive in and talk about what's new so far. Starting off with number 10, let's talk Killstreak Changes. Here's a big one. In Black Ops Cold War, your kill streaks don't reset when you die. This fundamentally changes a system that's been with Call of Duty since like Call of Duty 4. You know, if you don't know, kill streaks allow players to activate special abilities after getting so many kills. Stuff like radar to airstrikes, all the way up to like dropping a bomb on certain games. The name has changed sometimes to score streaks and stuff, but the fact that you can lose your streak when you die has been consistent. That's kind of been the thrill of the kill or the chase or whatever. Now in Cold War, you can continue building up your streak to unlock special abilities even after you die. It's easy to see how this might turn out kind of messy and crazy considering some of the obnoxious kill streaks that have appeared in previous games. We don't know for sure what the streaks in this game will look like yet, so we can't judge, but we've got to imagine that they're going to balance the game around streaks that continue to charge after death, meaning that hopefully they'll be a lot less powerful, but still hopefully consistently interesting at least and worth earning. Honestly, a lot of players are very rightfully concerned about this big change, but it might be something that breathes new life into the multiplayer game. Maybe that's what the developers are thinking. Like a lot of this stuff though, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Now next at number 9, we might be going back to more arcade style shooting. Now this is mostly speculation based on the gameplay trailers, but it looks like many of the changes introduced to gameplay in Modern Warfare are being thrown out. Aim down sights looks generally faster, and it looks like TTK, or time to kill, is lower, so you can take a few more hits than in Modern Warfare. Maps look like what you'd traditionally expect from COD multiplayer, you know, like central lanes, 3 sight lines. They look like multiplayer maps and not the less gamey maps you'd see in Modern Warfare. This is going to be an interesting predicament for the Call of Duty franchise because everybody has a Call of Duty multiplayer that they think is either the best or they think it's absolutely the worst. Some people continue to play older ones and not the new ones. Some people might stick around and continue to play Modern Warfare because they like that more, and some people might embrace Cold War. And then of course there's Warzone in the middle. I don't know what to think, but yeah, this is just speculation. Anyway, moving on, it does look like at number 8, the graphics are more vibrant. You know, getting away somewhat from the gritty realism of Modern Warfare, this just looks way more colorful in general. This does seem to certainly improve visibility, you know, making the character models stand out way more from the environment. This looks way more of like a multiplayer thing, straight up. This has led to some players already kind of saying that it looks a little too over the top, a little cartoony looking. From what we've seen, it doesn't seem to be as impressive graphically as Modern Warfare, which we thought looked pretty damn insane. But again, we're looking at alpha footage here, so there's the possibility that things can improve. Now over at number 7, you need to know that the Gunsmith is back. One of the more universally liked recent additions of the Call of Duty games is the Gunsmith, which allows you to customize your guns with all these various attachments. There was a lot of cool stuff you could do in Modern Warfare, like swap out the gun barrel or change the gun's caliber. There was an incredible amount of detail, and it was fun and impressive and just kind of addictive. Now, one improvement that people are already noticing is that the game is seemingly giving you more accurate information on how an attachment changes your gun's attributes, like this here, this plus 32% movement speed when you equip a stock. Modern Warfare's Gunsmith only showed you the bar go up or down with not really much more information, and sometimes it seemed to be kind of inaccurate, like it would show accuracy go up by 1/3, but the actual performance increase you'd see in gameplay would be closer to 1/5. Now that's just a little nitpicking, but still, just we're trying to say that the fact that they're giving you actual numbers here means that it's probably more accurate, and we welcome that. Now next at number 6, you need to know that the Pick 10 system is out. Kind of. If you're a veteran of the Black Ops series, you probably know the Pick 10 system, which was the loadout customization system seen in a lot of games in the series since Black Ops 2. This will be the first Black Ops game to completely dump that loadout system, instead replacing it with one that's very similar to the Create a class from last year's Modern Warfare. Now, instead of choosing 10, and I quote, elements to make your loadout like in Black Ops 4, you just have a certain number of attachments. You know, Modern Warfare's default was 5, and a lethal, and a tactical grenade, your perks, and a wild card. Now, there was rumblings that the new system would be like Pick 10 with added Gunsmith, and in some ways, that's true here, but it looks like this system has a lot more in common with Modern Warfare's Create a class than that. Now at number 5, I mentioned this before, but we still don't really totally know what's going on with Warzone. Now, we know that Warzone is still going to be supported, but at the moment, we don't know what connection, if at all, Cold War will have to this Battle Royale multiplayer mode. Now, from Activision's statements, it kind of sounds like Warzone will still be accessed in-game from Cold War, and there will be some unique progression system from Cold War that ties into Warzone, but from the sound of things, it looks like the mode will remain mostly unchanged, other than adding some operators and weapons from Cold War into the map, kind of like a cross-promotional type thing. Now, what has players curious is the fact that Warzone and Cold War have different engines, meaning that Cold War guns that show up in Warzone might need to be made from the ground up for Warzone. So it's possible you'd see a noticeable change in weapons between the two games. I don't know what they're doing here. You know, will there be a new map to go along with Cold War? Will any Cold War mechanics be brought into Warzone? Right now, nobody really knows, but from reading Activision statements, the most likely answer is that Warzone will remain mostly untouched outside of Battle Pass content that's related to Cold War. Again, want to point out, take this with a grain of salt. We don't have any concrete answers. This is mostly speculation at the time of making this video, so yeah. Now next at number 4, you need to know about slide canceling. Now after playing the alpha, some people were worried about how easy and without penalty slide canceling would be. Slide canceling is where the player activates a slide by dashing and of course ducking, and then gets out of the slide by stopping. During the alpha, players were noticing that there wasn't really any movement or aiming penalties for doing a slide cancel, so it was really easy to skate around the map and have some pretty erratic movement that makes you a lot harder to hit. One of the developers, Tony Flame, got on Twitter to respond to players' concerns, saying, and I quote, "Please know that just after this build was made, we fixed the slide canceling abuse case that is being discussed. The beta will have appropriate slide cancel penalties." So there you have it. If you've seen some viral videos going around, or maybe your favorite streamer or YouTube creator made a video about it, it seems kind of wild and crazy, but it's being fixed and it's not going to be a thing forever. Now next at number 3, you need to know that there's more than 2 factions again. This is a small thing, really honestly, but players noticed that, at least in the recent gameplay footage, that there are more than 2 factions you play in as multiplayer now. Surprisingly, at least to us, this hasn't really been a thing, I think, since Black Ops 2. It doesn't really add anything to gameplay, but it adds a little bit of realism to the proceedings. Now, the different factions people have spotted so far are the CIA, MI6, DGI, and Spetsnaz. So there you have it. Get used to hearing those names, I guess. Now over at number 2, importantly, standard modes are still here. You know, watching the multiplayer reveal trailer, you might get it in your head that Cold War is abandoning some of the classic modes in favor of stuff like VIP Escort and Combined Arms and Fireteam mode. Some people, you know, were rightfully concerned, so thankfully the Activision Call of Duty official blog responded. Traditional 6v6 modes are still in the game. They mention pretty much all of the notable and important ones, you know, the Team Deathmatch, Domination, Hardpoint, Free-for-all, Kill Confirmed, and Search and Destroy. The stuff we keep coming back for. They also noted that they're bringing back Control from Black Ops 4, so there's something else to look forward to. Now at number 1, of course, what you need to know is that Zombies mode is back, and it looks like they're going for a throwback. You know, obviously, I think a lot of us expected Zombies to return when they made a new Black Ops game, and here it is. They only teased something in the trailer, but from the looks of it, it seems like they're going for a darker, more horror-themed atmosphere as compared to the wacky, crazy, over-the-top stuff that the mode has kind of evolved into in recent years. And this is kind of a specific thing that only Zombies players would care about, but if you look at the gameplay, you can see that Juggernog is back, the Perca-Cola that increases your health that they took out in the Zombies mode in Black Ops 4. This was honestly always one of the most important perks to get in Zombies, so seeing that it's back suggests that they're going for a back to basics approach with that mode. And you know what, for us who kind of like loved it when it blew up initially, but then with more and more releases we kind of got burnt out on it, embracing horror is really cool, and going back to basics also is really exciting, and we hope this mode kicks ass. But of course, this is just some early facts and posturing and speculation from the multiplayer reveal. This is what we know. This is the stuff we think you guys need to know if you care. But of course, we really want to hear from you guys in the comments what you're thinking of this stuff. If you're a Call of Duty player, how are you feeling on this? I can't help but just think it's just more multiplayer. I thought at least with Warzone and Modern Warfare, they were doing some interesting stuff. Here, it seems like back to just good old regular yearly multiplayer releases. I don't know. I want to hear what you guys think. Let us know anything Call of Duty down in the comments, and maybe if we helped you out, maybe if you learned something, clicking the like button helps us out. We would really appreciate that for real. And if you guys are new, maybe consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell, because we put out videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.